Now you're gonna tell me the truth here, and the truth is that you can tell that I have a 1080p webcam, right?
Oh yeah, you're coming in sharp.
I look good, feel good, bud.
Smell good. I could smell you through this new camera here.
Look at my pretty mouse. Look how thin that thing is.
Look at that. Looking sleek.
My pretty
Oh
keyboard.
yeah, there you go.
Look how thin that is.
Looking pretty cool.
Yep. Yep.
You got
And I'm not
you
gonna
got the
pull
whole
my
nice setup, man. You know it's looking good. Do you feel good?
look good, feel good, guns out, buns out, bud. I got my work laptop over here, right here.
Mm-hmm.
I got my wireless phone charger here. It's wirelessly charging.
But you upgraded in life and in tech. Yes.
And I got a terabyte hard drive right here next to my Mac.
So there you go. You can think of all the things you can download now.
Thank you for downloading our recent episode. For more episodes like this, go to movieguyspodcast.podbean.com for more episodes. Enjoy the show.
You know, there are moments in Movie Guys podcast history where if it wasn't for Movie Guys podcast, I wouldn't be watching a movie. But sometimes when there's a movie out that we have to review that I typically wouldn't, I sit in my chair, crack open a beer, and all of a sudden my peripheral starts to close in and I'm kind of floating and it's like I'm flying. Today we're talking about F1 the movie. Eric, how the hell are you doing?
You're gonna crap on this movie, aren't you?
Am I? I thought that was a funny opening. It took me all day to write that.
I like it. I think it's
That was
great.
clever.
He's flying. He's got it.
Yes. This was on the schedule, to be honest, everybody, as a filler. Because we have some movies before the end of the season that's coming out that we can review. And we needed something. And this is the new Brad Pitt movie. And it's getting good buzz, right? It has an over 70, 80-something% of Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see what this racing movie is all about. So we're here talking about Formula One, the movie.
Yep, kind of a new dawn of Apple films, right? So we got this one, Napoleon, I think was the other one,
This
right?
is an Apple movie?
What were some other app? Yeah. Apple's doing this thing where like they will budget a movie, or get the rights to it for streaming purposes, rather. So like Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Argyle. That will go to the theaters first, but then exclusively go to Apple TV for like a month or two before it gets released on other platforms. So it's kind of like this weird. I don't know. I think this is actually an Apple movie, though.
Okay, so when you say an Apple movie, are you saying that like Tim Cook produced this? Like, you know, he was he was there.
Tim Cook himself was on. No, it's the production studios. It was Apple Studios.
Okay, so that has much street cred to me as WWE Studios. Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But like they've had some they've had some other ones, you know, like again like the other ones like Napoleon, Kills the Flower Moon, Argyle, Fly Me to the Moon, and then a bunch of like documentaries as well too. You know, Beanie Baby Bubble, some. Wasn't there one that came out, Fountain of Youth with John Krasinski? The Gorge. Did we do The Gorge?
I want to do The Gorge. Isn't that the one where they're on each side, a dude is, and then a woman's on each side of this big gorge, right?
Yeah. Miles Teller, Anna Taylor-Joy.
That's on the schedule for this
whatever,
winter. I want to see that.
You do not.
Why?
That is one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen.
Oh, well, that would be a good review. So I'm on...
But great premise. It's kind of like this.
Yes. Okay, so here's the funny thing. I'm a big Apple guy. You know this. And I'm recording this off of a Mac. And I'm on the Apple TV app. I don't see F1 anywhere. Has it been pulled or what's going on?
I don't know.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
Watch
you
Apple
had to
TV.
search for it. Oh, you have to buy it for $20. Oh, screw
look
that.
at that.
Okay.
This is the highest grossing Apple film thus far. Budgeted for around $200 million that they said, $30 million of which was Brad Pitt, his highest payday ever, or I mean to date. And then the worldwide gross was about $624 million.
Brad Pitt needs every cent of that $30 million. Why not? I mean, he is this movie. This is a Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise role, right? Like, you don't get anybody else to play this part because the movie would be trash at that point. Like, you don't get Jason Statham or The Rock.
Right. I mean,
or John Cena.
Yeah, I see what you mean. This is kind of pandering a bit, and you had very much rightfully compared this to a Top Gun Maverick.
It is 100% Top Gun Maverick. Look, I'm not...
Movie stars old man to prove to the young crowd that he's still got it.
Well, he never still got it because in this movie, he never actually won it, right? So... I mean, I was in here going very hopeful, right? I'm not going to try to hide my review. I'm not a fan of this movie, and as we go through the review, I will explain why. I have a lot of issues with it. First being, look, Formula One. When I was a young guy and I was flipping through ESPN, the Ocho or whatever back in the day, it would be on. That's it. Nobody else watches this. And the last time I saw Formula One was with Iron Man 2. I mean, like, now, granted, I live under a rock, but this is a huge sport in Europe, I'm assuming. Because they do this in Vegas in the United States, too.
It's global. It's one of those where we have the American blinders on, where to us, like, football is king, right? And maybe some baseball. But, like, we figure, like, oh, that's the only sports. Where, like, the rest of the world, in terms of numbers, like, it's... like soccer or football, I guess. It's like cricket is massive. Racing is massive. On usually just F1, because I don't know if F2 or like stock car or even rally car are as popular. But yeah, it's one of those where, like, on the global scale, there are so many other sports that are just way more popular in terms of like money and viewership that we just don't even recognize.
Right. So then with this movie, we start off with something American. I did not know this was a thing, but this movie starts off with Brad Pitt and the Daytona 24. What is that? Daytona 24-hour race. I never heard of it till this movie. And I Googled it, and it's true. No idea.
Yeah, I guess a lot of racers have spoken pretty highly of this movie, where they had said that there's a lot of good parts that show, obviously, like some real racing bits to it, of like that's how it actually is. There's obviously some Hollywood in this movie that is not too real, but it's a movie. You gotta play by that sometimes, right?
Well, yes, but I do like this, okay? So regardless if I knew or didn't know that the Daytona 24 was a real thing, got me into the movie, right? Because I'm like, okay, who's Brad Pitt? I haven't seen the trailers. I don't know anything. Brad Pitt wakes up in a shack. I think he's a mechanic. Or is he one of those pit guys? That's like the pit boss, whatever you want to call it. Like the guy in charge of the people changing the...
Right.
Like, who is this guy? And he gets into his truck and gets into his car. It's NASCAR that he's racing, it looks like, right? Or it's a fancy NASCAR.
Yeah. It's a stock car. Yeah.
And he made a comment, something like, they're losing the race because I took a snap or whatever. But this is a real thing, like where they have a team and they switch out their racers and they go 24 hours. That's a cool idea. He ends up winning the race for him, and this is where I get a little worried. He wins the race. He seems to be buddies with these people. Everybody's happy. He doesn't celebrate. He walks away, and he gets into his van, his truck. And like the pit boss, the manager guy was ever like, come on, man, be on our team. Let's go, bud. He's just like, nope, I'm a Lone Ranger. See you later.
He's just alpha dog going around, just doing the thing. It seems from this opening bit that, they're led to believe that he's just some natural born racer, right?
Right.
Where he goes in there, keeps to himself, he gets in the car, gets a lead, and gets out of the car and just kind of, well, my job here is done. Wake me up if we win.
If we win, yeah.
Kind of a thing. If we win, and then just goes off. They end up winning, and it just feels like, all right, well, that's another checkbox on the list right there that I can cross off. And then he's looking for. Is he looking for Baja Racing? Like he's looking for his next kind of race to conquer.
Yeah, he goes to this racer-only diner kind of thing, right? And he has the map. Looks like going to California. Florida to California to do Baja Racing. And along the way, he gets an old visit from a friend. Now, before I continue with the friend, though, and this is... I'm trying. Do you think that he watched, since what happened in his youth happened in 1993, do you think he watched Pulp Fiction, which came out a year later, and said, I'm going to do what Jules is doing? Because that's exactly what he does. I thought about that. I'm serious. Because they said in 1993, this incident happens to where he's just a has-been. Well, Pulp Fiction came out in 94. And this movie in the beginning shows us that he just goes from place to place to place. Like the Incredible Hulk show.
Yeah.
So,
I think because we get, by the way, Brad Pitt plays Sonny Hayes, who's the main character, obviously. I think later on, because we get introduced to his friend Javier Bardem, who plays Rubén Cervantes.
I like
right?
Rubén.
And he was his racing partner way back when they were doing Formula One together, right, in the 90s, before Sonny got into a big accident that shook him hard and took him out of F1 racing. It seems to me after him, Sonny and Rubén talk, because Rubén invites him to join his F1 club, that he needs a driver, that Sonny has been trying to kind of make up, right, that he lost it in F1. Like, that's the big leagues, apparently. That's like the top right there. That you're nobody unless you win in F1. Which, rightfully so, from the comments that I see, that is the show, for all intents and purposes there. And it seems like after he gets offered that, he asks the waitress that from whatever diner that they're in, right? Something like, hey, if you were to give the opportunity to race again, would you do it? And, money's not an issue. And she says, so like, well, then what do you do it for? And there it is. He says, just kind of, because it comes up again. What do you do it for?
Right.
It's like he does it to win. He wants to win. He was unable to win at that race that he crashed out at. And so because he knows he's a good racer, has been doing all of these other races to win, to kind of get, I guess, validation, right? That's what I'm guessing.
To know that
it's unclear.
It's not unclear. It's to show that he still has it, that he's not a has-been. That, one little race that threw him out of his camel car. I love that, by the way. And I also wanted to tell you that, and I feel old, because I'm watching this movie, and they're just like, 30 years ago this happened. And then they showed us a picture of young DH Brad Pitt and Javier Bardem, whatever. And I'm just like, wow, that was the 80s. And then a few scenes later, like this happened in 1993. And I was like, crap. I truly thought that. I was like, oh, this is the 80s. Because it showed us them standing next to their sponsor, Camel Cigarettes. I was like, that's an 80s thing. Yeah, so Javier used to be a racer with Brad Pitt. They were cool. Evidently, these two have stayed friends for over 30 years, right? Because how would Javier know where to find him? I'm sorry, what's his name again? Rubén? Like the sandwich.
Yeah, exactly like the sandwich, Jordan.
I'm just asking, because now I'm going to remember his name because I like the sandwich.
Yes. Is it a sandwich or a sandwich?
You know what? A Rubén is a sandwich. A cold cut is a sandwich.
Anyway,
You're welcome for that one. I'm just saying.
I'm going to carry that with me forever.
Right.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so this is one of my problems with it is that is Rubén, does Rubén and Sonny, like, are they like pen pals? Do we know? I know the movie doesn't tell us, but I'm just asking because it's just like out of nowhere, like Rubén shows up and is like, "Hey, Sonny, you still got the racing bug in you? Because F1, baby, here we go." Like, out of nowhere?
No, it just sounds like they were bonded through F1 racing, and they just kind of, split ways after that. They're still cool. It sounds like, they have some good times together that they can talk about and exchange stories about and stuff like that, but they went on different paths. And Rubén retired from racing and went into management and ownership, where Sonny is still kind of chasing that high and racing a bit more, right? And we could tell that he's still traumatized by that because he has nightmares. We get to see the scars on his back that from surgery, that it obviously did him in pretty good too. They drop a few names like Ayrton Senna, who died in a car accident. He was a famous Brazilian F1 driver. And that was, pretty horrific, but it's obviously one of those where it's still in his head that, like, this sport can have a lot of consequences, right?
Absolutely.
People die.
Well, people die in any sport. Now, at this point, I don't have a problem with this movie, right? It's giving me the setup. I don't know what the plot is, but what made me a little nervous, truly, was when Rubén said to Sonny, when Sonny was taking a shower or something, that we have this young, hot rookie. And then it truly hit me. And, when you review as many movies as we have, you start to get to know the tells, right? Like No Body, No Death kind of thing,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And, just things that kind of perk your ears up a little bit. And when he said, we have this young stud rookie that's good, just not you, I'm just like, oh no, is this movie going to be him coaching, Sonny coaching? Is that what's going to... Please don't go that route. He goes to London. We get the club. I'm not going to pretend I know anything about F1, so I'm not here for HR to correct me. But I'm assuming there's a board who owns the team, and Rubén manages the team, and Rubén answers to the board, and his job is to win. It doesn't matter how many times you win, you just have to win, right? Because there's 8 or 9 races in this tour. This is the season, 8 or 9 races.
Yeah. From what I understand, that from the racers that are in the race, is that you get points based on how you finish.
Makes sense.
And this is also in my experience through Mario Kart, where you get points, if you come in fourth. But anyway, you get points based on your finish, and those points determine your pole position as well too, and all that accumulates to the end of the season. Whoever has the most points, right? Obviously wins, or I'm sure I got that wrong.
Maybe,
but yeah, exactly. Obviously, you want to win as many times as you can.
Because the more points you get, so even if you win the last race of the season, doesn't mean you win at all, right? You just win that race, which I'm assuming is a pretty big purse anyway. So Sonny gets introduced to the team, and here we go with the stereotypes. We got Rubén, who is running the show. We got the young, hot rookie who is just reminded me of the dude that Rocky fought in Rocky 4. Just kind of like this, what I mean? Kind of like this dude that's just, he's good. And he knows he's good, but he's really, really cocky. I don't know why Rocky 4. No, Rocky Balboa. Thank you, not Rocky 4. Rocky Balboa came to my mind. Kind of remind me of that villain.
Yeah.
And then you got this engineer, mechanic woman that's way too hot to be there. And I'm just like, wow, this is a remake of Days of Thunder, so to speak. It's getting there.
You can make the comparisons. I get that too. But yeah, Joshua Pearce is his young teammate here, who obviously has a gift. He can race, but he doesn't have the experience. And the big thing that he does not have is patience. Seems that he doesn't know when to go or when to really go. He needs to have Sonny apparently tell him, "Okay, now go fast."
Throughout the whole thing, I heard it's a virtue, patience.
You know, some would say, "Good for you."
Yeah.
And then the Irish woman, Kate, she is an engineer who apparently had a lot of offers and was doing well at other places, but obviously had a bit of a glass ceiling there and was doing this to prove them wrong. Kind of what Sonny's doing.
Absolutely.
And to prove it to more... Maybe to prove to himself than the others, but maybe a little bit of both.
Because they're going against BMW, they're going against Ferrari, and this brand that Sonny and Rubén and what's her name, the engineer? Kate. What they are all a part of is a made-up brand called Apex. I'm assuming Apex is not a real thing.
APGX.
Right. Apex.
Okay. Yep.
Sounds like something Elon Musk would do.
APGXP. APGXP. I don't know if it's a real thing or not.
Okay. I just feel like it is. HR? She doesn't know. So we get to meet the cast of characters. Still no problem yet. I have a little bit of, oh no, kind of stuff, but nothing there. Until we get the cockiness where Brad Pitt's like, Pearce finished what? Oh, if I finish 1 second before him, then all bow down to me. I'm just like, oh, here we go. He's not going to finish, and he's going to earn their trust. You cannot dislike Sonny in this movie, and that's one of the most irritating things for me, is that he's so god darn likable, but he also sucks as a human being.
Well, because he's a loner, man, and I think that's what kind of the lesson is, that like in something like this, even though that it's you in the car, it takes a team to win these races. It takes a team both on the mechanical side of things, whether it be your pit, whether it be your engineers, whether it be the people in your ear, or it takes a team like the person who's riding on the track with you, repping the same colors and the same name. It is really a team effort there. And he needs to learn that, because he's so used to just being like, no, me go fast, me finish first now. And he's like, no, man, you need to like learn that we are all in this together.
Yeah, so he learns the hard. No, I'm sorry, he doesn't learn. We get the first race. I also noticed that Pearce and Sonny don't actually talk to each other. I guess they don't. I guess that's a thing. But they each talk to the pit people. Right? But they don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
And they are trying to up each other. And here's where all the red flags are coming for me. It's like, oh my God, I've been here, done this before. It's going to be one of these movies. Like, okay, here we go. Like, nothing. Seriously, from the time he arrives to London until middle of the movie, nothing happens. I'll tell you.
No, not.
I'll tell you.
I mean, it's the usual setup, though. I understand you mean like nothing happens, but it's the usual kind of bumping into the heads and we don't get along type of thing. You do the old way, but this is the new way, old man, kind of a thing.
Yes, because it's we are against each other, Pearce and Sonny. And then that's the first couple races. But then something happens to where, they bond a friendship to where they trust each other just a little tiny bit. And then we also see, that Kate is the love interest, and that's all she's here to do. I mean,
well,
that's it.
The big thing that happened is because Sonny, again, is so used to calling the shots. He feels very confident that he knows more than these people who are building the cars, who are obviously running the tests and the science from it. He feels that he knows something that they don't. So when he gets in the car, he's telling them, including Joshua Pearce, JP, how to race. He's telling his guy, like, all right, tell him to do this, I'm going to do this. And then, that'll give him the opening, or that'll give me the opening, kind of a thing. And he's really, trying to make it his show, and Joshua does not like that. He's like, dude, I know how to race. Give me this thing. It comes to the folly, right, where it's his accident. And by the way, there's been a few times where the first time Sonny and Joshua collide, and they both get DNFs, right? They both don't finish.
They both don't finish. We also see that Pearce is staying at home with his mom, and they make a comment or a joke about that. And then also this is where we meet the villain, because no other drivers are the villain, which I thought was a mistake, right? You got to have, like your one driver that's just a jerk, or maybe that's Sonny. Maybe we're watching the villain, right? Because
I don't think you need to have a villain so much as you just have like this goal that you need to meet, right? Like that's what you're trying to achieve. You're not in other movies. You're not trying to, or they are trying to like achieve by beating the big bad, right? Where in this one, they're just at the bottom. They're the worst team in F1 racing, and they're just trying to achieve this goal of winning.
Yeah.
And how are they going to do that? So, but yeah, nice little throw in there of having this guy trying to, this reminded me of was Major League, where you have an owner of the team who realizes that it would be to their benefit to fold the team and sell, because they would get more money or recoup any losses or something like that, and whether they can move or whatever their goal is. So that's what this guy is doing. Peter is his name, played by Tobias Menzies.
So Peter is a part of the board, and that's the Major League plot is exactly what he wants to do, right? Where the board owns the team, and they agree to have Sonny come and drive, because he's a has-been, to destroy the team so they can sell the team off and fire Rubén. That's what they want to do?
Yeah, making that a lower, I think it would lower their value or make them a more, I guess, available to purchase for other people.
Right.
And I think that's what he wants to do.
To make it cheaper so they have it. Got it. So that's the villain. But yeah, nothing really happens. Now, throughout this review, I've been pretty calm. But this is where I'm going to start getting animated. Warning here first. Towards the end of the movie, they have a race, meaning Sonny and Pearce. They're starting to become cool with each other. Pearce sees that Sonny's there every morning running the track. He has the respect of the players. No, I'm sorry, not the players. The respect of the team, right? The team is running with him. There's a lot of
slowly
right?
getting there.
There's a lot of jealousy with this. Been here, done that. There's a comment when Pearce arrives, and some pit guy is like, Sonny got here before you did, huh? Just like little just jabs. There's just a lot of jabs towards Pearce in this middle section, to where eventually Pearce, becomes cool with Sonny, starts trusting Sonny. Sonny is a complete crazy man behind the wheel, doing a lot of crazy moves that you should not be doing, right? Like moves that, it's dangerous. Well, not as dangerous as where I lost it. So I'm in the.
He makes it so like there's interference on the track, and it forces everyone to slow down, right? And kind of reset a bit, kind of taking an advantage while the racing crew has to go out and clear the track of any sort of debris that got on there, rocks or broken parts of the car or something like that too. Basically giving his team kind of not necessarily an advantage, but a moment to not fall so far behind or catch up.
I mean, it's definitely an advantage, right? Because he cheats to...
he does it a few times in one race, and it's just like, dude, at what point does a committee or board be like, okay, this guy's obviously a danger?
Yeah, this guy's a danger. We need to pull him completely. They don't do it. But what gets crazy is that we get a race in the middle. And I'm going to paint the scene of I'm in the garage watching the movie, and it starts to rain. So it's like something's going to happen, right? I mean, the stereotypes are there. And I'm hoping to God it's not going to go where it goes. I was hoping it would go someplace different. But it's starting to rain in this race. It's dangerous. You can feel the tension, right? I mean, they do a very good job. This movie is a lot of nonsense, but beautiful is not one of them. This movie is beautiful to look at, and you can just feel the tension for the way it was filmed, in my opinion. But then this is where Pearce and him just kind of bump each other a little bit. They still don't trust each other enough, right? And then Pearce goes flying, literally. How many barrel rolls in the air, right? Hits a stop. The whole entire car is on fire. There's no windows in an F1 car. There's nothing protecting him. That fire retardant suit. No, you are in the pit of Satan, my friend. Like
You're stuck, man.
The way the movie showed me is that he's completely engulfed in flames. Reminded me of the guy from Final Destination 2 trying to get his seatbelt out. Ah! Right? Like,
yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my God, out loud. And again, this is where I turn on the movie completely. This is where it loses. This is where it goes to medium, small bag territory to low. Brad Pitt starts to run towards him like, oh my God, dude, this guy's burnt to a crisp. Like, this movie got, pardon language, it got some balls. They're going to do something different with this, right? Like, they're going to have Sonny.
Yeah.
Sonny's going to be the hero of this. No. Sonny literally, like, walks through the flames like you walk through a curtain. And
of course, well, they part the flames. When they see Brad Pitt walking, the flames just stop burning.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're just like, whoa, we can't be as hot as him.
Oh, I know.
We'll just take it down a notch.
This, again, if you haven't seen the movie, if you're listening to this, everybody, the whole thing's on fire. Like, it's a fireball. Anyway, because I got pissed.
Yeah.
I just rewound it multiple times. So I'm sorry. I'll move on. I'm just like, I don't understand.
Just watching the crash over and over.
Not the
and
crash.
Over.
I was so dead set about this fire. So anyway, Brad Pitt grabs him. I'm like, oh my God, Pearce is alive? And then, he calls people over and stuff. And then the next scene is Pearce at the hospital. And the doctor's like, just has some burns on his hands. He's fine.
He misses the next 3 races.
Now forgive.
That's it. He's out 3 races.
Now forgive the silence. And I'm sure Formula One cars, not knowing anything, are well equipped compared to when Brad Pitt was racing in 1983. We see at this part Brad Pitt was thrown from his Formula One car.
Yeah.
Looked like Tyreek Hill's knee. It looked bad, right?
No, he got ragdolled, obviously.
Right. So everything is more secure. I get it. I understand they have fire retardant suits. I get it. But no broken bones, no bruises. He just has burnt palms, and he'll be out for 3 races. I turned completely. I was like, this is going exactly where I know it's going to go now. And you have bored me. You had me for a little while. Now I'm upset.
Yeah, the story does not seem too original. This reminds me of the relationship between Tom Cruise and Michael Rooker in Days of Thunder a little bit, right? Especially after this part thing where, I want you to race for me. Like, what? Kind of a thing. But their relationship isn't there yet.
No.
And you're missing a key part on this, too, is because it starts to rain, and then per Sonny's advice, it's kind of his fault, but it's also kind of not.
Oh.
Because he recommends that Pearce... that JP, Joshua Pearce, stays on his slick tires and doesn't switch out for the weather tires during the rain. He wants to stay on the slick tires so he can get the speed, right, rather than make up for the traction that he'll get on the other tires. Now, JP is got good pole position here, a good position with the guy that's in front of him type of thing. And Sonny had made sure to relay through the headsets that, like, okay, make sure that JP is patient here, and then to overtake him after the turn when they hit the straight.
Okay.
And then that's when you should overtake him. JP gets a little cocky and starts to take him on the turn, and which causes him to lose control. So a bit of both are at fault here. JP shouldn't have done that early. Should he have listened to Sonny? Well, I guess in hindsight, yeah. But at the same part, he also should have maybe had those tires. Would those tires have prevented him from doing that? Who knows? A lot of what ifs there. So
I'm surprised you're not blaming the pit.
Right.
The third person to blame is the pit crew. Who cares? Again, this is where this movie's fantastical. If this was real, who cares what Sonny says? He's a has-been.
Because there's a big... No, stop. Because there's a big part in this when the reason why is because after this happens, obviously everyone feels bad. A near-death experience there, man. Like, JP, everyone had a scare. His mom got to see that. She goes off on Sonny. Like, that's not your fault kind of a thing. And really stands up for her son. And he feels bad. Obviously, Sonny feels very bad about this, even though he's just kind of silent about that. Anyway, through that recovery, though, JP sees that he's getting better and he's kind of getting that competitive edge a bit again. Where he's just like, okay, well, what am I missing? Well, how can I be better? I really hate this guy. I want to be better than him. And he runs a simulation of that accident or of that race where he had the accident. Excuse me.
That's what he does.
And he was doing what he was doing over and over again, and it was causing him to spin out. Then he listens to Sonny's advice and doesn't, in the simulation, doesn't take on the turn, takes him on the straightaway, and he ends up winning. And he realizes, oh man, okay, this guy was right. I jumped the gun too early. Okay. And so this is where JP is like, tells his mom, like, hey, listen, I didn't listen to Sonny. This was kind of my fault. And she's just like, no, I don't care. It's both your guys' fault. It's kind of his fault too. But this is where JP comes around a bit. And he's like, okay, maybe joining him on the run. He started listening to him a bit more, right?
A little bit
and
more.
That's a big turning point in their relationship.
It is.
Where I think they kind of accept Sonny realizing that JP wants to come back and he's got a hunger for it. And JP coming back to realize like, oh, okay, I just thought you were this old guy and I wasn't giving you enough credit. And now I see that, okay, maybe with your advice we could have won. But like, you're not running the race here, dude. Like, I'm here too. You can't run the car for both of us. You can't drive for both of us.
Right, but they weren't friends yet, right? Because wasn't there a big fight like after the fireball when he comes back? JP does, and like they get their butts kicked in a race, and he's taking photos.
There was a big fight after their first do not finish, where they both spun out before this, and the big reason for that is because Sonny is trying to win and trying to, I don't know, like he was trying to play a kind of hero ball there a little bit, and he really was trying to do that. Where JP, prior to this, is kind of doing for the fame. Like he's a hot shot, like most young athletes are. He's very confident, and he's just kind of living the life. He's got the money, he's got the fame a bit, he's kind of going around, and he's got his manager, who we get to see a lot in this movie, and they're talking about doing promo, doing press, doing all this other stuff, and kind of build the brand a little bit. And JP, is trying to kind of get off this team. He doesn't like being on APGX just because it's kind of hurting his career. But I think they were talking about like, let's have this thing bomb out this season so that we can just try to go onto another team.
Yes, he wanted to do that. But then, after the blowout, Sonny then gets in a accident then, right?
Jordan, I'm pretty sure Sonny gets in an accident like every race he's in this movie.
Well, this was the big one, though, right? This is where he gets in an accident, hardcore accident, right? And he's laid in the hospital bed, and Rubén comes in, and Rubén lays the big twist on us, right? That he should not be driving, Sonny should not be driving, that in 1993 when he got in his accident, the doctor said that he was medically unclear to race ever again because one accident could kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Here we go again.
Yeah, I think JP kind of gets Sonny into an accident, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is also when they go to Vegas, too, at this point. And this is where we had an off-air conversation, and I turned angry again, and I went on a rant where, the young, hot engineer who had no interest in Sonny somehow, of course, has interest in Sonny. Have been there before.
She is not young. Sorry to cut you off there. And
Is she our age?
buddy, let's look it up. Hold on.
She look yeah.
Oh,
Look at my face. She looks young to me. Well, she's not young. She's not like 20 something. She's
41.
all right. He's like 61. So there you go. She's young for
Oh
him.
no, you know what? Thank you very much. Good for you to say that 40 is young. Okay, I like hearing that.
She looks young. She looks
the young hot 41-year-old on the engineer on the racing team.
She looks young. She looks because here's the funny thing.
Stop. First off, there is the female pit crew who screwed up as well too in this movie.
Right. I got them confused.
Because all white women look alike to you, right?
Yes. I got confused for a little bit. I was just like, wait a minute, I thought she was engineering, and then I was like, no, wait a minute, I thought she was in the pit crew, and then I realized, oh, it's a different person.
Jody is the pit crew, and I think she screwed up. I think she works the gun, right? And I think she screwed up or took too long bolting on a tire.
No reason to have.
Or did she work? Or did she work the?
No. She works. Nope. She works gun. She 100% works
She
gun.
works the gun
because she screwed up once, and the rest of the movie has to have a camera shot of her doing vert, and then put her gun up. That's her character development. Yeah. Why is she in this movie? She adds nothing. And
she's there to show that the screw ups are all around. She's there to be the other young hot, Jordan.
Kate was young.
Whether you be 20 or 40, it's all the same to you. And that's
fine.
And I'm proud of you.
Thank you. The young hot Kate, who had nothing to do with Brad Pitt at all. That scruffy nerf herder of a man, right?
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right?
That's their word, Jordan. You can't say that.
Well, they're in Sin City. There's going to be some sinning. Right? And then, of course, you get the...
Yes.
And then, of course, you get the... them together, I really hate this. Like, it bugs me. It was like an 80s trope, and they did it in the 90s as well. It's like men are not supposed to be vulnerable kind of movie, right? And which is ridiculous. And nothing's more vulnerable for a man than two things: crying or having sex with a woman. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, that's what those 80s and 90s movies were. That's kind of what this is, because he's vulnerable, right? He has sex with her, and then afterwards he goes out into the balcony, and he's just dreaming.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Go ahead.
Oh God. And she's just like,
let it go. Take the Band-Aid off and really tell me how you feel.
Because you know how I really feel. And I was already upset that they had sex, because I'm just like, oh my God.
Rant like how I rant about the people at Costco. Go ahead.
I'm not going to go that hard. But Brad Pitt was.
Oh.
But Kate comes out. She's like, she doesn't say these words, but it's like, Brad Pitt, what's bothering you? Like, she should have been wearing a Batman Forever see-through white nightgown like Nicole Kidman did. But remember that with the bedsheet? That's what she should have been doing.
They should have been in the bed like Days of Thunder, and he could use sugar packets.
Absolutely. Where was Kiss by a Rose?
Sweet and low.
Oh my God. So she comes out and she's like, Brad Pitt, what's bothering you? You just gave yourself up to me, and now you're sensitive. And Brad Pitt's like, I'm flying. I'm just like, what?
Sometimes when I'm out there,
it's rare,
and the sound, yeah. Go ahead, give me the speech. Give me the.
Oh, it's terrible. He was like, sometimes when I'm out there,
give me the acting.
When I'm out there, sometimes everything just goes in. I feel like I'm off the ground a little bit. It's just me and the road and nobody else. I feel like I'm flying. It's rare. And then
you did like a half McConaughey there. like that.
I wasn't trying. I can't do accents.
All
right. And then she does a great like 80s, woman by your side thing. She kisses his shoulder and rubs it. Kisses the shoulder, rubs it to show that that she loves him, that they're connected, right?
Yep.
Connected.
You know he's going to leave right after the race.
Right. And he already knows that, just like James Bond, the next movie.
He's racing for the door.
Yeah. Next movie, she can't be here. I'm just, oh my God. So I'm watching this movie, Eric, and then when he says about it, that he flies, and she kisses him on the shoulder, I say out loud by myself, I swear to God, if she says he's flying, I'm going to throw my TV out the window. Like, I that's so stupid. And no, that's exactly what happened. And for the sake of it here, because I had it pulled up, but then we were doing a bunch of stuff here, I'm going to do something a little bit different for Movie Guys Podcast. And I'm going to play exactly what should have been playing in the rest of the movie. I'm just letting you guys know this is for you for a little bit. Here's 30 seconds. Have fun, because this is what should be playing.
Are we going to get flagged for this?
Probably. I'm flying, baby.
Oh yeah, I can feel it getting pumped up. Yep.
I'm gonna go.
All right, turn it off.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta go to the chorus. I'm just saying.
Oh, you're still going? You're still letting it play?
That's it. You told me to turn it off. I was gonna go for a minute, but no. Like, that is me poking fun of this movie. From the time that he says I'm flying until the credits, that's that. 100%.
So I would say that, and I told you that my part is that when they were having their struggles, and you could see Sonny doing this montage of really like digging in and doing simulations and looking at the owner's manual of the car or whatever he was looking at, that he has a moment where he bugs Kate and he says, hey, can we make car go fast on turns instead of car go fast in straight? And it just blew the team's mind. They're just like, oh my God, I've never thought of that. You're telling me to design a car that can take turns faster?
Is that what he calls?
I said, yeah, can you do that?
Is that when he says we got to make it for combat? Is that what he means by that?
Plan C.
Oh,
C's for combat.
God, this movie. I was waiting for us to start dogging on this. Here we are.
He actually says that. Yeah. Aldo Rain comes out and he actually says that. But for me, it's just like when he says that, it's like, what the hell are you talking about? You're telling me that out of all of the crew and every other team that plays in races in F1, no one thought, like, hey, you know what we should do? We should make the car go faster around a turn.
We should do that.
Like, oh my God, cue Hank Scorpio right there. Oh my God, of course. Why didn't I think of that? Just like, oh, yeah, good. It took this old man to come around and be like, hey, can we do this? Anyway, Kate figures it out. She adds a modification to the car, and they submit it for approval to the board or something like that, right?
In fact, I'm going to give you my code.
While they're in Vegas... While they're in Vegas, someone tips off the committee, the driving, whatever, the F1 committee,
right,
that there may have been some illegal upgrades on the car, and so it has to go under review. And while it's under review, they need to remove those modifications from the car. This is where in Vegas, where Sonny's all angry, and he doesn't do his ritual where he draws the card before the race, and he gets in Vegas and he drives angry. This is where he gets into his accident.
This is where Ruben...
He's driving angry.
Yeah, Ruben says that's worse than I'm flying like. He's driving angry, right? And
he's driving angry. Yeah, Ruben knows.
Oh yeah. And then on top of a parking garage, the villain shows up. The board guy, what, Peter? Is that it? I don't know. Peter.
What? Oh, yeah. Peter.
shows up, and Peter's like, "Hey, I was the snake that said that you guys put these modifications on that were illegal, but not illegal." And from what I took it from his deal, and I could be completely wrong, I don't think you were paying attention to it either, but from what I got from the deal was, hey, you throw the race, we will not fire Rubén, we'll make him like brand ambassador, just give him something to do, and you will be like the new pit boss of our new race team, and you're going to make so much money.
Yeah.
Is that the deal?
That is. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Show my hand here, Movie Guys Podcast people. I would take that deal. Yeah. I live in a van
But
down
it's
by
not
the
about the money.
Hey, I live in a van down by the river, bud. I'm going to get that deal.
It's not about the money.
about-
Then you say, well, then what's it for? Then?
Okay, what's it for?
Mm-hmm. I just did the movie there. Where
God.
he said
Yeah.
to Brad Pitt, well, what's it all for then? And he goes, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Does that little Brad Pitt thing. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
It's for the win. I don't care about the money. I want the win.
So,
Which, by the way, did you see some of those checks that Rubén was signing for the crew?
I guess I didn't pay attention.
These people are getting paid, man. Like, just on the pit or the engineering team, these are getting like $100K. I don't know if it's like per race or if it was like per period or something like that. These guys are getting paid.
Well, we're in the wrong profession. Podcasting ain't doing that.
Yeah, I can lift a hydraulic jack in 2 seconds. I think I can lift it and lower it. If I really tried. I want to be a professional jack
And
jack on and jack offer. That's what that is.
HR like that, and I could be the young, hot engineer that gets Brad Pitt in my pants.
That's right. You can be. You're almost 40, so you can be young and hot.
Right. So now JP is back, and Rubén has kicked Brad Pitt off the team because of his injuries, right? And I'm sorry, everybody, but this is how I feel, and I don't care. And if not, Hollywood could suck off Dubai more. We're going to end the movie in Dubai. And here we are, the last race.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I don't like Dubai.
I think is the Abu Dhabi race.
It's in Dubai.
It's Abu Dhabi near the capital of Emirates.
It said Dubai.
Okay.
I'm wrong. You're right. You're big. I'm sorry. I should know my place. I'm sorry.
I was going to let you have it, but I was going to let you just race it out.
I understand my faults. Thank you for calling me out on my failures. So JP is there, and then all of a sudden Brad Pitt's just like, hey, Rubén, just like the sandwich, you are delicious, and you need to let me race, bud. And Ruben's like, okay, I guess you can. Like there was, I mean, not really that's not what happens, but it's just like, there's a little bit of struggle, but it's like nothing happens. Like Ruben just gives them a little bit of an attitude, and they end up smiling and hugging each other at the end. And now somebody's going to win the race. I go into this climax of this movie knowing that somebody's going to win the race, and it's probably going to be Brad Pitt because he doesn't have a career after this, right? Like JP has a career.
Yeah.
But not Brad Pitt.
Yep.
Because we know from the beginning of the movie, he had this team of bros with him, and he won the 24-hour Daytona thing, but he walked away. He's going to walk away from this one, too, even if you're a hot engineer that knows that he's going to fly.
Hot young engineer.
Hot young engineer. She looked young to me, bud. All right? Can we move past this? So we get this race, back and forth.
We can't,
race.
man. We're over the hill.
Not till we're 50.
Because there we go. Is that the new hill?
I thought over the hill was always
Okay.
50. The race is the race.
40,
I thought it was 50. The race is the race.
Life is full of hills.
And valleys.
What are we doing?
So the end of the race is the race.
Running up that hill.
Downstream. So the race is the race.
Case modifications gets approved, by the way.
Gets approved.
Right before before the last race, yeah.
And then Glenn Close, who's a person that wants to buy, not literally Glenn Close, but she looks like her, is there, who is an evil board person. It's like, ooh, I can't wait for your boy Sonny to lose so I can get your business. And it's just like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Sonny and JP have their race. It's a beautiful picture. It's beautiful. It looks great. It's one of the best looking movies this year. It is really nice. The action is great.
Yeah.
The sound effects is great. I would love to have seen this in an IMAX. Like, that would have been great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Back and forth. Sonny gets wrecked. JP gets wrecked. Sonny gets wrecked. JP wrecked. Back and forth to where it's this JP and Sonny against this no-name racer, right? And then JP pulls what Sonny's done this whole movie, and he wrecks the other guy so Sonny can start to fly as the young hot engineer.
He's flying. Yep.
I thought of so many things.
Yep. They get the first win.
Free Willy jumping over.
And that's it.
Fly Away Home.
That's what you thought of?
Rose with Titanic. She literally says the line, Jack, I'm flying.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, and I was like, oh my God.
King of the world.
Okay. So Sonny wins. He is now Big Machismo, right? He's finally won the thing that has destroyed his life 30 years ago. And everybody's celebrating. He's up there busting bottles too. And he's like, no. Don't give me the trophy, you crazy old Abu Dhabi dude. Give it to that guy. Give it to the best sandwich in the world. Give it to Reuben, right? And Reuben's like, yeah, I got my job, right? And then, Brad Pitt takes his stuff, walks away. The young hot engineer walks into his room to congratulate him, probably sleep with him again. He's not there. Like Kang in Kung Fu.
Nope. He's got to go.
Has to go.
Wow.
That's the movie.
Apparently he leaves on good terms with JP. He leaves telling Kate that he'll see her soon, but he's going to go for the Baja 1000. And again, he's asked what he's racing for at the Baja 1000.
And he doesn't give us an answer, but he gives us a smile.
What are you racing for? What are you racing for? Sorry.
What are you racing for?
I liked how you added effects for Jennifer Love Hewitt's,
intelligence.
her acting ability. We'll call it that.
Yes. Look, everybody, we're dogging this movie. I knew this was going to happen eventually. This movie sucks, so I'll go with my popcorn rating. I don't know how vicious I want to be. Part of me wants Eric to say, Jordan, the leash is off, and I just go for it, right?
Go with it. Yes, absolutely you should.
You got to say that the leash is off.
Treat this the same way that I treated Top Gun Maverick.
Well, I mean, you got to say the words. I mean, I'm not allowed to. It's just like being invited in. I can't come in unless I'm invited in. You have to say, Jordan, the leash is off, and then I can go nuts.
Jordan Unchained. I want to see it.
All right, fine. Screw this movie. I really, really hate this movie. I never want to see this movie again. It is great that Brad Pitt is still being Brad Pitt and being awesome, and it's always fun to see Javier in a movie. It's great. Other than that, everybody else can kiss my rump. I absolutely think that the movie is so bland. Yes, you made a pretty movie, but that's all you made was a pretty movie. Oh, my God. F1, the real F1 loves this movie. Okay, great. Good for you because it made him look good. Other than that, generic story, arms folded, hated the second of it. JP, such a bland character, adds nothing to it. He didn't learn anything. There's nothing nice that JP learned besides how to cheat like Sonny, because Sonny's not a good racer. He knows how to go fast, he knows how to cheat. That's it. He's no different than Roman Pearce from Too Fast and Furious. Am I right? So just cheat and go fast. Yeah, it's nonsense. It doesn't learn a lesson. I really, really wanted JP to die in a fireball because that's exactly what this movie needed. It needed to be something completely different. Somebody needed to die to make me not hate this movie, but it didn't. So That I did not breathe there for a little bit, so I'm trying to decide, without being a total jerk, is this a small, is this a no, or is this a kernel? Help me decide here. I mean, like, does this movie deserve a bag of kernels? I probably think not, right? Because it's pretty.
You do you. I mean, it's your rating.
Right.
You want me to rate it first?
No, but I'm just trying to figure it out here, because it's like a bag of kernels means it's crap. Like, it's utter crap. Like those other ones that we reviewed, like Meg 2 territory. This movie is gorgeous. It's pretty to look at, so probably not bag of kernels.
I'll tell you what, like, in comparing to like other stories like the Meg 2 or Top Gun Maverick, I think those movies, the story is so, like, insultingly bad. It sucks so bad. I feel like this story is just kind of basic. I'm not going to go off and say that it's horrible or bad. I just think that it's just like I don't know. I've had this slice of pizza before, man. Like, I don't you know, I don't care. It's give me to the next race type of thing. I think there were other things that maybe were an issue with the movie, rather than you know what? If I was a fan of F1, I wonder if I would enjoy it more or understand the rules of the racing and the concept more of it, because I had told you that when you watch this movie, count how many crashes there are in each race, because it feels like, again, Sonny becomes a liability after a while. It feels like the FIA or whatever the association is that does racing would, like, penalize these guys, fine them, and be like, hey, listen, man, this is getting to a point where, like, we got to have a talk. But, like, to your point, when you're saying that he's cheating, these are apparently with all in the rules of the game type of thing. I was looking it up a little bit more and just like, yeah, I mean, is this like tush push territory here where, like, technically it's illegal kind of a thing, but it's just kind of a cheap play? You know, it's not really like it works, but, like, I don't know, it's like dumb kind of. I don't want to say, I can't find a better word than to say it's dumb. But I agree that the parts how they did the racing in this movie, I feel are just way better than they were in, like, Maverick, because the cameras were fantastic. And you told me, and I looked it up again, that Apple had made these special mounted cameras to put on these cars. Apparently these aren't actual F1 cars, and apparently the two actors, Brad Pitt and Damson Idris, are actually driving those cars. They did 4 months of training, but these are like F2 cars or F3 cars with a different body on them. So, but they're actually going 200 miles per hour. They're actually going fast.
Well, you know,
the cameras are fantastic, and I enjoyed that. It made me forget about a lot of the BS that happened for the story.
Right. So with that, then for me, it will be a small then. Right, because I'm not going to insult it that much. Like, it's not a medium, it's not a large. It's probably better than a no bag. It's a small bag for me, just for the we go fast entertainment of it. Also, too, though, you say that these are Formula 2 cars. You know, us not knowing the world of Formula 1, the difference has to be between the two cars has to be minimal. Right? Because this movie's called F1. If it's called F1, why would you shoot with F2 vehicles? Right? I mean,
because the actors are not F1 drivers.
Right. So, again, it's probably minuscule. You know, it's probably so small that nobody even notices the difference. My opinion.
Let's take a look. Let's see. F1 is a premier pinnacle of motorsport, featuring a lot of words that are about the car, complex hybrid powertrains. F2 is a single-make feeder series where all the teams use the same car, same engine, kind of a thing. So it looks like the F1 is a more specialized car that has a lot more kick. And obviously you have to be trained because, listen, if you can't control that horse, it's going to get away from you real quick, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen somebody try to, like, drive like a Dodge Viper, And those things are so heavy in the front with a massive engine, and those things will spin out so dang quick, and you'll see those things wrecked. That's why you don't see them on the road anymore, because people probably tried to race them, and then they end up, wiping out because they don't know how to control that puppy. But I listen. I would agree with you too. I think I would actually give it a small, but I would have given it a medium if this wasn't like 2.5 hours long. They could have cut out a lot of the story, I think, and replaced it with maybe more race, or I don't know. Like, the story did not need to be that complex. I don't think they needed to have the villain of Peter in there. I don't think they needed to have the love story in there. You could have cut that out. You could have had. You don't need Jody, the pit crew, in there, in really a lot. You don't need to have JP. You know what? No, you do need to have a lot more of the JP. I think you could have cut those pieces out and added a lot more to JP in his driving. That would have been great to see. I think that would have been worthwhile. You could have cut maybe 20 minutes out and had more of a dynamic with the two leads, rather than it being with these side characters that we really don't need to know anything about. I don't think we needed JP's mom. I don't think we needed JP's manager in this movie. But saying things like that, I don't know really if they had added anything to the characters or their challenges, but I stand with you, buddy. This is a gorgeous movie, and I would have loved to have seen this on the big screen. I think the sound editing was fantastic. The race scenes were just so cool to watch, man. It was really enjoyed it. Other than that, I'm all right. It's kind of in those parts, same with like a Top Gun, where I would just fast forward to like the scenes, man. I don't care about anything else in this movie.
I will say, for me, what makes this better than Top Gun for me is because the first one is such a 80s classic that when you make a sequel, requel, whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of expectations to that. This one has nothing, right? So there's no
more volleyball scenes on the beach. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. There is no volleyball scene. There's no love, for it, right? Like, this is just that. Hey, Brad Pitt does what Brad Pitt does, which he always delivers. So I'm fine. It's just, I was just angry overall simply because since it's Brad Pitt and Javier, I thought the movie would have more weight to it. Because those are very good, respected actors.
How about this? Take a lot of those characters that I mentioned before out, right? Mm-hmm. And then have the rivalry between Sonny and JP escalate a bit more. These guys are on the same teams, but they're competing. Hey, you should race this way. JP goes, no, man, I got this. And they're going back and forth. And maybe have it to where JP doesn't die, but maybe have it to where he has a close call and he triggers something, and there's whether it be something that affects him that he has to recover from later on, or have him something, or have a no name, have a red shirt die, and have it be like a close call because JP or Sonny almost either responsible or they had the close call. Something that really kind of grounds them, be like, oh, geez, that's right. We're in a dangerous sport.
I totally agree. Right.
But something that kind of bonds them together a bit,
Right. Not being engulfed in a fireball and only come away with burnt hands. Right. It's nonsense.
Sure. Give him a close call, but not one that's he has to escape out of an inferno, or of a car about to blow up.
Yeah, I got you. I'm here to save you. Anyway, that's our review. We both give it a small, everybody. Yeah. I love you so much. Hearts on fire.
Yeah, well.
I know. Everybody, thanks so much for listening to this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can check us out at movieguyspodcast.podbean.com or wherever you get your podcast from. I was listening to us today on iHeartRadio, just so you know, and that's the truth. It was fun.
Awesome.
The show doesn't sound any different.
On Spotify.
It's just on iHeartRadio. It was nice.
Sounds the same on all platforms.
All platforms. But anyway, Eric, thanks so much for joining me. And we'll be back next Thursday for another awesome episode. Have a good night.
Let me get it out. Let me just get it out. Any other store seems to be fine. It doesn't really have that issue as bad as a Costco or a Sam's Club. It's gonna happen, buddy. I think right around when I hit 50 is when I'm gonna hit the newspaper. I'm gonna be in the news. That is just, possible Jewish man yelling at patrons at Costco. I'm really just embracing it. But like, what are you doing? You need to hurry up. Hurry up. Let's go. Sir, that right there, it's open. Number 2, the self-checkout is open. Let's go. You came here today. You spent an hour at the store and you got 2 items. Okay? Hurry. You got to hurry up. I promise you, you're not missing a damn thing. I hate you, sir. I hate you. Move. What are you doing? And then they'll sit in the cafeteria for another hour. And they'll just watch people. And it's just like, what are you escaping from? What is so bad at home? I don't understand. There's got to be a movie without Dane Cook about this, okay?
Oh, what got me was a possible Jewish man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you look Jewish.
Yeah. Oh, I've been mistaken for it many times now. Yeah.
I'm surprised at the fair nobody said, hey, there's one of those Israel people that were helping.
Oh, look at that. So neat. They're really stepping up this year.